Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsunder.blogspot.com, and tonight we're going to do a project that kind of came to me in watching a recent Tim Holtz live video. And so we'll get more into why and how a little bit into the video, but I wanted to go into first what I'm using. So you see I've got all sorts of alcohol ink and stuff on the work mat, but to go back a little bit further, I want to talk about this bottle. So back when Tim Holtz started doing the demos, I was a bit late to the game, but I watched the one on distress sprays that he did. And I did not know this at the time, but he mentioned on that demo video how that the distress sprays that are currently available and on the market are the exact same formulary of what used to be the distress stains. You may recall they came in a smaller bottle. I don't have any, but they came in a smaller bottle with the little foam dauber tops. And I had quite a few of those, but he was talking about how that you could purchase these little nozzles to switch out, or maybe bottles, I'm not sure which, at Ranger, and go ahead and turn them into sprays. And I thought that's wonderful, and I have really used my sprays a lot more since doing that. So, but instead of going to Ranger, well, A, because I was in a hurry, and B, I was trying to save a little bit of money, I went to the dollar store. So I just went to my local Dollar Tree, and I went down the aisle with the cosmetic, well, the cosmetic aisles, but that also have all of the travel kits. And I found the travel kits that had these little sprayers in them. Knowing that they probably weren't the quality of, obviously, probably the quality that the Ranger ones would be, I thought, well, these will work for the ones that I have. But the problem is they came in I think it was a 3-pack that only had one spray bottle and then two, I think it was, of these little flip-top bottles like this. And I was like, I have no need for those. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But for the, I don't know, 10-ish spray stains, I figured, you know, it's still less expensive to do that, to get the sprays. So I went ahead and did it and tossed these in a drawer. So I have a bunch of these little bottles that I've always thought, what am I going to do with those? Fast forward to February 7th, 2020, and the Tim Holtz live demo about the flowers and making flowers. Now, I am not much of a decor maker. I do most of what crafting time I have. I do mostly card making, but I was watching the bottle or watching the demo, and I was like, oh, I think I want to make these little gifts, but what would I put them in? And so I was busy cleaning my scrappy space, and I went to put something in away, and I found these bottles. And I thought, that's what I will use, and I will make little mini bouquets to give as gifts. So today's project is the bottles. So at first I thought, well, those are cute bottles. That would be cute, but then I thought, I wonder what would happen if I alcohol ink them. So that is today's project, is alcohol inking these little bottles. So I will probably just end up tossing these caps because I have no clue what I would use them for, or at least I'll toss the ones as I use them. I'll keep them intact unless I am doing the you know, getting ready to make something out of it. But in the meantime, I'm going to use these as tiny little vases. But I want to make them interesting, and that's where today's video comes in. So the first thing I'm going to do, you can see I've already got a messy one of these guys here. I think I'm going to set that one aside. I've used it pretty well. I will tell you that if you're looking for a money-saving tip, I buy sheets of felt from, like, I think I got these at Hobby Lobby, where you can get several sheets, and I just cut them myself. I think a sheet is like probably, I think they're 3 for $1 or something like that, and they're probably 9 by 12, 8.5 by 11 sheets, so you can make a lot of these little guys. So I'm going to pull, and I'm going to have to, I've got some alcohol pearls here, and they've been sitting there a little bit, so I probably need to put the lids back on them and give them a little shake. But this one is the Sublime Pearls, and actually I don't think the other two are pearls, no. This is a Sublime Alcohol Pearls, and so it didn't need usually if it's been a while since you've used it, you're going to need to shake it a little bit more than that, but I've just used it within the last hour or so, so we're doing okay, actually probably within the last 30 minutes. So this one is Mermaid, just regular Mermaid alcohol ink. So I'm going to put a spot of that on. And then this is, I think it's denim. Yes, it's denim. So we're going to put a spot of that on. Just put a few spots on there, and then I put my finger inside the bottle and hold the rim with my other fingers. I did try to do this where you can do the rim, and you can go back and do that later, but I just need somewhere to hold on to. So then I just start pouncing. And of course you can see that first pounce I got more of the denim, but the more you go around and pounce, the more those ink colors start blending. And I just go all the way around the bottle. It dries really quickly. You want to be sure and get up around the neck, because you don't want, you know, to have clear and then all of your alcohol ink. And what I think it does is it gives that just a little bit more interest to what will later, once I do that project, not part of today's project, but will later become little mini flower vases. So, you know, if you don't care for how the colors are molding or melding or not melding, or you think, oh, you know, I could really use to add, I don't know, maybe a shot of pink in here, then you can always go back, find a clean spot on your mat and add some pink, or just get another, or by mat I mean the felt here, or you can always just go back and get a clean felt or another one and do those. So I'm just pouncing, and it gives this old pebbly look. It reminds me of the sponge painting of the 80s, but it really kind of looks cool on these glasses. And I don't know how well the camera picks it up. I hope it's really picking it up, because in real life it's a really cool effect where you have the light and stuff coming through it, but then the colors, almost like a stained glass, I guess would be a way to look at it. So the more you go over it, the more different layers of color you will put over there. It dries really fast. I would say if you wanted a lot of different layers, you would probably want to let it sit for a few minutes and make sure that it dries, and then come back and add more layers. So this is the first one, and you can just see it's got a couple of little blues, and that green almost takes on a yellow tone against the blues in there. But there is the first bottle, and see how quick and easy that was to do? Now you could, after it's dried a little bit, maybe grab it in a different way or come down at the bottom. And in fact, let's do that with one I have setting aside. I'm going to set that one aside. Now this one I use different colors on, and it has almost a chalky feel to it, but it doesn't really seem to be wearing off on it at all. Now if you really wanted to do well, you could do the bottom of this, but you would probably get inky fingers. Maybe you'd even want to get gloves on or something, because you would have to remove it because it's concaved in there, and you can't get in with your blending tool, so you would have to pull the felt and do it with your fingers, or maybe I don't know, maybe if you had a sponge, or maybe you could take a binder clip and do some, that would be a good idea. You could take a binder clip and put some felt in there and pounce in there like that. But on this one, I've got, this one's a little bit dirty, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I just used this a few minutes ago to do this one. So this one is Purple Twilight, and we'll put some of that Purple Twilight in there. And then I wanted the pearls, although I have to say, I don't know that you really get the pearlized effect that you would get on the bottles, that you would get like if you were on Yupo paper, but it's just fun to try. And this one's Villainous. And then this one I had some, I can never remember the names, Intrigue. So I did some Intrigue on there. And then I also on this one put in a little bit of the Gold Mixative. I know that's very dangerous. You don't want to do that without the lid, because you're going to end up wearing it, but just to show what we're doing. And then you could try to go in there and just add just a little punch of color. Again, this might best be used if you were doing a binder clip. I wish I had thought of that before the video, because that would probably really work well. But you know, that just gives the rims and rings just a little bit of pop to it. So in fact, I'm going to go back over, I have a couple of these that I did, but you can see I just pouncing it on. Sometimes it slides, and I don't like the slide mark, although on the rim it doesn't matter, so it works just fine. But if it slides on, if you get where you're kind of slipping on here, you want to just go back and pounce unless you like that slide look. I don't really like the slide look so much. So anyway, I've done that with those colors. So I've got a couple of those here. And this was the very first one I did, and I really kind of like this one. It's a lot more subtle, but I really like the subtleness of it. And then this one's a lot darker. So those are done using those colors. So I'll set that one aside. Here's another one that I did with the same color combination of the one I just showed you, which is now, I mean, it's a tad bit sticky, but not enough I'm worried about touching it. So I could go back in now and try to get the rim. Again, it's not going to be about being perfect, and depending on what you put in here, like I plan to make little vases out of it. Obviously rings aren't ideal for vases, but I still think I could put, I don't know, a bow, some washi, and who knows, maybe the little bouquet I make will cover that up. So there's a couple like that. I'll set those aside. Now these I made completely different, and I'm wondering if I pulled white. Let's see if this makes it even easier to see. I think that makes it a little bit better to see. So this one I used a different color combination, very different color combination. So for this one, those two, I used Alcohol Pearl Alchemy and Deception, and actually all of these were pearls. I also used Tranquil, so I used those to do that. So those are the 3 different sets that I made. I've got 6 different ones of those set here. But then I wanted to try one more thing, and we're not going to demo this, but I wanted to just show you how it turned out. I use the Ibotta app, and they had the Wii yogurt on sale. Now I've never bought Wii yogurt, but I thought I've got a coupon, I'll try it. So I bought some Wii yogurts, and I like the little jars. I wish they had lids on them, but they don't. But I saved the little jars. So I decided I was going to try it using a Wii jar. And it worked perfectly. So, I mean, you could use this for trinkets. I could maybe make little bouquets out of that as well. I was thinking for these, I'll probably just do like little 3 flower bouquets, but this would obviously take a few more. But you could also use it to store trinkets or die cuts or stuff in it, but it just gives a little bit of interest. The other thing I thought of that would be really pretty, but I don't have any, but I thought it would be pretty if you had some of the tiny lights from Tim Holtz and put those inside and then put your flowers inside. That might be really pretty because it could glow from the inside out. So just some thoughts, something fun, kind of upcycling products that I already had that were just sitting in a drawer, just sitting there, nothing to do with them. So I hope you go out, give that a try, play with your alcohol inks and see what you can make. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.